You've been diagnosed for how long?
Well, actually, the first of the year, right around January 1st.
Yep.
It started out, I had 2 bleeding ulcers, and that's what was taking my red blood cells and making me weak and stuff like that. And that's why I was in. So they took care of those, and we thought that was the problem.
Mm-hmm.
About 3 weeks later, I felt real weak again, and we went back in. I went in for blood tests again, and it wasn't, my red blood cells were not where they should be yet, so they knew something else was going on. So that at that time, that's when I got recommended to go see Dr. Gunther at the cancer center. And at that time, I really accepted it already that I had it. It had to be. Just to me, I figured, if it wasn't the ulcers, it's nothing else. It's got to be some sort of cancer in your blood. It was a shock, obviously, when I first found out I had cancer. Even though I had expected it, it was still a shock when a doctor says, yes, you do have it. This is the procedure we're going to be doing on here. And I go to take cancer treatment every Monday. That's the hard part, taking all this medication and having the faith that that is all going to work. You don't know. They tell you to take this pill, that pill. You got to do it. Right now, I must have 6 or 7 that I take, and I take 1 chemo pill every day, which is a very strong one.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of them are all different ones to counteract nausea, whatever like that. People don't get as sick anymore. They don't get the reaction isn't as bad as what it used to be. Yeah. Right, and I have not had that happen yet, and that's it's going to be coming when I get the high dose chemo when I go down to Milwaukee.
Then you'll be my bald friend.
Yes, then I'll be losing all my hair and everything like that, and that's going to be a pretty traumatic time down there. And actually, when I go down to Freighter I'll be going in August now, and I'll be there probably till the end of September. I don't stay in the hospital at all. We stay in a hotel now. They want to get us off the premises, and found out that people recover a lot faster going to the hotels and staying there and getting out of the hospital.
Yep.
Rather than being in this hospital room for a month.
Right.
When they first told me that, I was floored.
That sounds awesome.
You mean I don't have to stay in the hospital for all that time?
Yeah.
And I like to share the story.
Yep.
I said it before, that's the best therapy I think anybody that's sick could do. And hopefully the story that I tell can help somebody else in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think I wrote it once that I know that that some of the people reading my updates within a period of a year, that somebody that they know, a friend, relative, whatever, is going to have cancer or some type of other bad sickness or tragedy or stuff like that. So talk about it, to me, made a lot of sense. Made an awful lot of sense. Talking about it is my way of fighting it, and that's why I wanted to keep working here yet, because I can interact with the people here, and by the update that I write, it brings all my emotions.
Good.
And I think that's the best way to fight this on here. And friends and family.
Hey.
And I've had so much help and so much help from other people that have said they'll come over and do this, do that. People bringing us food. Friends bringing us, giving us gift cards and stuff like that as we go down to Milwaukee and stuff like that. They help us out that way.
Yeah.
So actually the friends and the family have been a good therapy again to help fight through this, and we can talk through it with people like that.
I asked you to take a look at Romans 8:37, but rather in all things we are more than conquerors through the one who loved us. Would you go ahead and tell me what that verse means to you?
I get that that we are conquerors, that we can beat a lot of this, but we have to have the faith and trust in God that He is going to take care of us, and that His will is going to be our destiny as such. And we have to be open and okay to that, to know that, like I said before, it could go either way. I could live another 20 years, or I could pass on in the next couple years. But that's where we need that faith. What's going to happen to me is something that I can't change myself, so that's where I have to look into the faith of God that He's going to take care of me and stuff like that. And we know sometimes it doesn't always go our way. Sure, we all like to live forever, but we know that's not going to happen. I'm very comfortable with the thought that I might not live.
Okay.
If that happens, I'm not worried about it.
Mm-hmm.
I really think it's going to work out, talking to the doctors and everybody, that the treatments they're giving me are going to work, but as we all know, sometimes it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm comfortable either way with what happens on here. I've told Molly I'm 62 right now. I've had a good life.
Yep.
I know. I'm okay with that. The main thing is reading that verse and stuff like that. I'm willing and ready with whatever happens to me,
Yep.
good or bad. You know, I think I'm less worried about this whole thing than most people are,
Mm-hmm.
because I've accepted it already. That I have cancer and that there's a chance that I could die from it.
Yep.
Accepted that, you know. We all know, like we said before, we all know we're gonna pass. We're gonna die someday,
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. How we die is we don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
it could be car accident, it could be disaster, it could be anything like that. So, I guess I just look at that as this is just God's way of testing me, for one thing. I think
Okay.
testing me and getting me to open up to talk to people about and stuff like this.